In this tutorial we are going to look at what I call the two screens dual view display option. Now this feature has not changed since the last version of ICPro. So here we are just going to rerun the tutorial which was produced for that previous release. I only mention this as you may notice the odd reference to a previous version number. Right, let's open up the program and we'll start the tutorial from this screen. Now the usual choice here is single screen, and what that means is the display on your laptop screen will be exactly the same as the display on your projector screen. But there is an alternative, and that's the two screens dual view. And what we can achieve with this option is two different displays, one for the laptop and one for the projector. And in doing this, we can restrict all the control instructions and keystroke information to the laptop and just display the images and other relevant bits of information on the projector display, the titles for example. But a word of warning, not everyone will be able to take advantage of this option. In order to do so, your computer must have the graphics capability to show two independent displays. So you'll need to check this out. And this is where it becomes a little difficult because different Windows versions and different graphic card makers and configurations make it impossible here to show you how to do that on your computer. For me on XP, which I'm using for these tutorials, I just have to right click on the desktop, go to the display settings and select a mode called dual view. But as I said, your graphic setup will almost certainly be different, and the mode required may well be called something else. What you're looking for is a multiple display option which allows you to independently configure two screens. Your computer may of course not be able to do this. Now when you've selected the multi-screen option, what you should see is on the laptop exactly the same background, icons and taskbar as normal, but on the projector screen you will get just an extension of the background image, no icons and no taskbar. And if you've got to that stage, we'll just pop back to desktop here, we need to see if ICPro can work with this setup. And we check this out using a folder called Try It, which can be found on the installation disk. Now we need to copy this across the desktop, and I've done that here. And we can double click on that, open it up, and double click Start HTA. Now you should get this screen, completely green, with just a little bit of instruction in the middle, and no menu bars at the top or bottom. You may, however, be asked to confirm the running of this file when you first click it, and if you do, you just say yes to that. Now we follow the on-screen instructions. So we can click anywhere on this green screen. And what we should have now is a blue background with a red window in the center of it. And that's on the laptop screen. Over on the projected screen, you should still be able to see the background of your desktop. Nothing would have changed over there. If this red screen on your laptop monitor is filling the full screen, you can just go up to this corner here and double click the little icon which appears there, which should bring it back down to this size. Now the next thing we need to do is to grab hold of this screen as it says along the instructions here and pull it across to the projector window. It says here drag this window to the projector screen and key F11 to make it go full screen. So we're going to drag that across. And obviously I can't show you what it looks like on the projector screen, but when I get it right across and off the edge here, it's now in the center of my projector screen. And I'm just going to key F11. And what's happened now is that red screen has opened up to a completely full screen. No menu bars, no taskbars, and nothing else apart from the red screen and the instruction that we dragged across. And we should now have the red screen on the projector screen and the blue screen here on the laptop screen. And it's at this stage that some setups will fail. You'll have some toolbars of the light which don't want to disappear. and it's very difficult to offer precise advice on how to get rid of these. And this is simply because there could be a whole range of reasons for this problem. And all I can say here, it's probably worth persevering a little by switching off or disabling any virus programs or other similar internet protection items you have, particularly if your Internet Explorer usually has a menu bar associated with them. If you can't get rid of toolbars on the projector window, I'm afraid you'll have to give up on this feature. But if everything looks good, and you've got your blue screen on the laptop and your red screen on the projector, we're in business. So let's assume everything is okay, and so we're going to get out of this lot via the two exit buttons. And I'll click the exit button, which is on the red screen, which gets rid of that screen, and I'll click exit here, and we get back to the desktop. Now we'll open up the program again, and we'll select two screens dual view. And as you can see, this setup is similar to the test setup we saw earlier. And we do exactly the same thing. We grab the small window here and we drag it across to the projector screen. We then key F11 to make the projector screen go full screen. Then we follow this instruction here and click the logo, and up comes our normal setup screen. And we can now run competitions in the normal way, but with the control information only appearing on this screen, which is the laptop screen. Now obviously it's very difficult here to show you how the two screen option works in practice, as I can only record the one screen. And I suggest that you take a good look at the help pages on this subject before trying to use it. If we go into help, there's the item there, two screens dual view. And as you can see down here, there are a number of illustrations on what each screen should be showing at each stage of the setup and of use. So it's a good idea to have a good read through of this before trying to set up this feature. Okay, we'll exit that, and that's the end of this tutorial.